Hi, my name is Chloe Ditto. I'm 11 years old and I love baking. I've always loved being in the kitchen with my mom, and it's just always been a passion of mine. My least favorite thing to bake would probably be, that's a hard one. I don't really have a least favorite, but if I had to pick, it would probably be brownies, because you can't go very far with brownies. Brownies are just brownies and you can't really do anything about that. The first thing I ever baked was cookies with my older brother Alex. Well, I've always had a sweet tooth, so I prefer baking, but I also am trying to cook dinners now, so I can, because that's also an important skill to learn. Today I will be making French eclairs, which are basically a choux pastry. If you've never heard of those, they're actually pretty foolproof if you know the basics to them. A choux pastry, which cook hollow, that's what a choux pastry is. So it's like what you make cream puffs out of. And then we're gonna be filling it with a vanilla like pudding in the middle of it, and then there'll be a chocolate ganache on top. Well, I would say what makes a good chef is whenever you make something and it doesn't plan out how you envision it to either try again or make it work. Because that's a big thing, especially with baking. If you go off a little bit on the measurements or you don't use the right kind of something, then that can really ruin your dessert. Okay, let's head to the kitchen. Okay, welcome to the kitchen. So first we're going to make our vanilla pudding to go inside of our eclairs. So you're going to need 1.5 cups of milk, 4 ounces of cream cheese, 4 ounces of Cool Whip, 1.5 tablespoons of milk, and about 3.5 ounces of vanilla instant pudding, or just one small package. The first step is to add in your cream cheese and 1.5 tablespoons of milk into a stand mixer or a hand mixer. You're going to add your 1.5 tablespoons of milk. Make sure you don't add your 3 cups. We're going to use that later. So just pour that in there. And then once you have your cream cheese and milk in there, you're going to turn on your stand mixer to about 4 or 6 till it's creamed together. Okay, so next in a separate bowl, we are going to add our 1.5 cups of milk. And you're going to add your pudding. Next, you're going to mix this till there's no lumps. Okay, now that this is mixed, we are going to now add our pudding mix to our stand mixer that has the cream cheese and milk. Okay, so now we're just gonna turn this on to about medium-high. Okay, so now that your cream cheese and pudding mix is all combined, you're going to get everything out of your whisk, and now we're going to fold in the Cool Whip. We don't want to mix it or else you'll lose all the fluffiness. Okay, so add all of your Cool Whip in it and just fold it in. Okay, after you're done folding your mixture, it should look like this. This is the filling to our eclairs. Next, we're going to make the choux pastry for our eclairs. Okay, so next we're going to be making the most important part, which is the choux pastry. Into a saucepan, we are going to add your water, the butter, salt, and sugar. And now we're going to bring it over to the stove. Turn your stove to high heat and mix until you reach a rolling boil, and then take it off the heat. And you're going to add in your 1 cup of flour, and then you're going to mix this until well combined. Okay, so once your mixture is off of the heat and it should still be hot, you're going to put it into a stand mixer fitted with a paddle attachment. And after you're done with that, we're going to add in 1 egg at a time, but don't add the 4th egg yet. Okay, now that our choux dough is done, we're going to be filling up a piping tip fitted with a 1A, just a simple circle tip, and that's the scary part, piping them. So you're going to want to do them a couple inches apart because they will spread out in the oven and puff up. Okay, so next is super simple. It's the easiest part of the whole process. Just making an egg wash and just brushing them with to fix all these points. Okay, the next part we're doing is making our chocolate ganache. So we're going to need 1 cup of very hot, heavy whipping cream, and you're going to need 4 ounces of chocolate chips. Once your heavy cream is hot, you're going to pour in your semi-sweet dark chocolate, milk chocolate, really whatever you want. You're just gonna wanna mix this until all of your chocolate thicker and a brown. Okay, so once you've got your chocolate ganache looking something like this, you're just going to pour it into a container. So then you're just gonna pop this into the fridge. Now we are going to be filling our eclairs. So for this, you're going to put the vanilla filling that we made. So what you're gonna do is first you're going to poke 3 holes, and then you're going to get your filling and you're going to stick your piping tip inside, and you're just going to fill it up. So I'm going to fill the rest of these and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, well I finally finished filling all of my eclairs. So now the last part is going to be dipping them in the delicious chocolate ganache that we made. Take your eclair, dip only the top in. Ooh, flip them over. They look beautiful. The only thing that we have left to do is finish dipping all these eclairs and then we'll be done. Okay, so I finished the eclairs and I'm so excited to try one. So the best part, trying them. Look at that. They're filled with the cream. Light and airy, and they're so delicious with that cream. Thank you so much for joining me while I made these delicious vanilla chocolate eclairs. They were so fun to make with you, and I hope you learned something. Bye.